It's June 5th. Today's reading resumes the narrative of Solomon, who is now many years into his reign as Israel's third king. Under his rule, Israel has enjoyed unparalleled success and prosperity. Israel, and Jerusalem, its capital, are the envy of the world. Solomon's wealth and reputation are unmatched. He has everything one could want. There's just one problem, one very big problem. Throughout the course of his reign, Solomon married many foreign wives who brought their idols and religious shrines along with him to Israel. So now, decades into Solomon's reign, idol worship has taken root in communities throughout the nation. And as a result, these religious practices have turned Solomon's heart away from God. So much so that Solomon himself oversees the construction of altars and shrines to his wife's foreign gods. Solomon's disobedience of God's explicit instructions against marrying foreign women has actually planted the seeds of Israel's destruction. In the battle for the hearts and the minds of the people of Israel, Solomon has allowed Israel's enemy to gain a strategic foothold. And future generations of Israelites, in fact, the very next generation, would greatly expand the idol worship that Solomon had tolerated on his watch. Solomon no doubt justified his marriages to these foreigners, but what he tolerated did far more damage than he could realize. He just didn't see the ramifications of what he had done. No one in that generation could. Only future generations would fully realize the damage that had been done. Had he been able to see what would result from his actions, perhaps he would have acted differently. Today's reading concludes the life of Solomon. He is a man who had everything handed to him that one could want. His early years were glorious, but he did not finish well. In his later years, his heart became insensitive to God's priorities. Today's reading is a reminder that obedience to God is very serious, that disobedience can be subtle, and that its effects can appear at first benign. Even while claiming obedience to God, many times our actions reveal that in our hearts we think we know better than God. We think we have things figured out, when in reality we don't have a clue. Here's today's application. Are there areas in your life that you've tolerated that deep down you know you shouldn't? Have you given place to compromise in any way that you know is not pleasing to God? Well, if so, turn from it and remove it from your life. If you don't turn from it, if you continue to give it a place in your life, it will negatively impact you in ways that you cannot even begin to imagine. Now here's today's prayer.